everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be making this sublimation bib. This bib is from Heat Transfer Warehouse. It is a super cute blank. They're really inexpensive. I think you get 5 for $20. I'll try to link those in the description below the video. But this is such an easy project to make for sublimation, and what new mom doesn't want or doesn't need a bunch of bibs? This has just got a little Velcro attachment. It is super, super soft. It's soft on the front and the back. You can sublimate either side. But we're going to make this one in the video. Super easy to do. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get our image. As you know, and I've shown many times, I love Creative Fabrica. You can see right now they have a try it an all access pass for just $1. So that means for 1 month, for $1, you can get anything you want. All of the fonts, all of the SVGs, the embroidery files, everything they have on their website, you can download unlimited for 1 month. Now, if you renew it after that, it is $19 a month, but you can see here they have unlimited access to 3 million plus beautiful fonts and graphics. And again, there's also sewing patterns and etc. So let's go over to the site, and I'm just going to type in the search bar. Let's put first Halloween. I'm looking for something baby, and I kind of looked through this before. So I think we're going to use this sublimation bundle right here. We've used this in a previous video. So if you're not familiar with how this works, you just click download. I'm a subscriber, so I don't have to go through the pay window or anything. I find what I want, I click download, and it downloads right down to the download tray in the lower left corner. Once it downloads, I'm going to click on that zip file. You have to open these zip files before you can use them in the Sawgrass Creative Studio or anywhere. So I'm just going to click on it, and then it opens it up. I'm going to double click on that zip file, and there's a file inside, and that's where the image lives. So let's go over to Creative Studio and get our image ready. So let's go back to the beginning. So we're just going to hit Start Creating. And then up here where it says Search Blanks, I'm just going to type in bib. And the one that we're using is this one right here. You might want to look over at the side and double check that this is in fact the bib that you have by measuring. It's saying this one's 10.3 by 14 inches, and I measured my bib, so it is the same size. This is the correct blank. So now we need to get our image. We're going to click on Galleries, My Images, Upload, Upload again. And now you're going to go to that main file that has all of your images, and I'm going to use the PNG image. There's lots of different files here that you could use. I think there's several that are cute. There's Too Cute to Spook. There's the Cutest Pumpkin. We're going to use the Cutest Pumpkin. So I'm going to click on it and click Save. Or I guess you click Open in my case, and then you click Save. And here is our image. I'm just going to click on it, and it's going to put it in the bib. It's going to try to fill up as much of the space as possible. I don't want it quite this big. I'm just going to drag one of those corners down and resize it till it looks appropriate to me. You can go as big or as small as you want. Let's click on inches over here and see how big this is. Saying it's a little over 7 inches. That looks good to me. Maybe a little bit bigger. All right, so once you've got it the way you want, you're just going to click Print. Going to choose your printer. If you have more than one printer, you just click this drop down and you can pick which one you have. We're going to leave it on tray number 1. This does have wording on it, so we need to make sure that it is mirrored. So the mirror is checked by default. I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to change this to polyester. We're going to be sublimating on polyester fabric. Text print our paper, and I'm going to leave that bottom section alone. And we're going to click Print. That's going to open up the print manager, and we'll go ahead and get our image printed. So I've printed my image on the Sawgrass SG500. That is a sublimation printer. You must use sublimation ink for this project. I'm just going to take a quick second and just roughly cut this down just to get rid of those white edges, just like that. All right, so the first thing we always do before we sublimate any of our projects is either wipe them clean or lint roll if they're a fabric or anything that could have lint or fuzz. You don't want anything on your blank that could interfere with your press. So we're just using a plain old lint roller and lint rolling really well. Now you're going to take your image, you're going to put it face down on your project, and I'm just going to use a little bit of heat transfer tape and tape it into place. Don't need a ton of tape, you just don't want it to move. Okay, so once we've got our design taped down to the bib, we've got it face down on top of the bib. I've got a piece of butcher paper here. You can use 2 pieces or just one big one, but I'm just going to place the print right inside the little, like a sandwich. So we've got butcher paper on the bottom, butcher paper on the top covering it, and we're just going to place that in the press with the paper side on the top, facing the top of the platen. You want to press this at between 385 and 400 for about 40 to 45 seconds. It may vary. They recommend 385 for 45 seconds. So I've got my press set at 388. I've got it set on 43 seconds. We'll see how that works out. While we're waiting for that to press, let's talk a little bit about the printer. This is the SG500 sublimation printer. You must use a sublimation printer for this process to work. You can't use an inkjet printer. One thing about the Sawgrass printers is they are made for sublimation, so they have a little program that runs that keeps those print heads from clogging up. A lot of the converted printers only last a short period of time if you don't use them daily because they aren't made to handle sublimation ink. So keep that in mind. The Sawgrass is a little bit pricier, but for me, it's worth it in the long run. I'm still on my first set of inks that I ever purchased on the Sawgrass, and it's still running great. All right, so let's see how our press turned out. I'm gonna remove our little sandwich, bring it over here to the desk, lift up our butcher paper. I can see a little faint image on my butcher paper, so I need to get rid of that. And super cute. Here is the bib. Cutest pumpkin in the patch. Super, super cute. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure and check out the other sublimation videos on my channel. I have all kinds of sublimation projects for you, and especially with the holidays coming up. There's something for everyone. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're notified every time there's a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, never stop making. See ya. Bye-bye.